In this video, we will explore the question, what does the standard form equation of a circle tell us? Well, here's the model for the standard form equation of a circle. You've got x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where h comma k is the center of the circle and r is the radius. So notice that h and k, if you're looking at the equation, they will be opposite. So if you have minus 3, then the center will have a positive 3 here. If you had a positive k here, then this would be a negative k here. They are opposites. So I'm just making up one for example here. Let's say if I had x plus 7 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to let's say 16. Then the center would be negative 7 comma 5, opposite of this, opposite of that. And then the radius would be 4, because this is the radius squared, so you take the square root. So that's how the standard form equation of a circle works. So looking at problem number 1, which is the equation of a circle that has center negative 3 comma 1 and radius 3? Well, just cutting straight to it for a moment, if I were just making my own equation based on this, I would be expecting to see x plus 3, right, because of that, doing the opposite, squared, and then y minus 1 squared, because of that 1, and then I need the radius squared, so it would be 9. So I know this would be the correct equation. I'm just going to match it now. Minus 3, nope, nope. Plus 3, looking good. Minus 1 equals 3, nope. 9. Okay, it's D. So that's why D is the correct answer. Alright, so moving on to problem number 2. What are the center and radius of the circle whose equation is this? Now, this is not in standard form. This is called general form. So what we have to do first is rewrite this equation in general form. In standard form. And it's completing the square that we use to get these parentheses happening. Let me zoom in. Alright, so we're going to have to complete the square. So when you complete the square, you need a very special number right here. Now I'm noticing x squared has no other x term, so it's just x squared. There's no x, there's no 5x or something. So when x squared is all alone, it's just going to stay x squared. On the other hand, y squared, we have y squared and 8y. So this is where we're going to wind up completing the square. Okay, but this 7 is not the correct number, so we need to start by getting rid of that thing. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides and just recopy everything else. So that's going to lead me to this. So I have x squared and then y squared plus 8y. Now I leave a space in which to complete the square, and now I have my negative 7. So the way you complete the square is you look at that middle term and you think, what is half of the middle squared? Half the middle squared. So half of 8 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So I'm going to put a 16 here to complete the square. Now, of course, I need to immediately add 16 to the other side of the equation to keep the balance of the equation. Now, so the purpose of doing that, now I've still got my x squared, I'm just going to bring that down. But when you complete the square, you guarantee that this will factor as the same thing twice, okay, which allows you to begin to get the parentheses squared. Let's see, so this is going to be 9 over here. So anyway, this is going to factor as y plus 4 times y plus 4. Alright, so that allows me to write x squared plus, and then y plus 4 twice, I can now write as y plus 4 squared is equal to 9. Now this is standard form. Alright, so I'm just going to bring that over here. So x squared plus y plus 4 squared is equal to 9. So with that in mind, the center is going to be 0, comma, negative 4. Alright, because this x squared is like x minus 0. And then of course the opposite right there. Now this is the radius squared, that means the radius must be 3. Okay, so that was it for number 2. Now looking at number 3, how would I graph this? Alright, and we need to identify the center and the radius to do that anyway. So this is going to be negative 3, positive 2 for the center. Okay, so there's my negative 3, positive 2. Now the radius must be 3, because this is the radius squared. Alright, so let's graph that. So let's start with the center, negative 3, comma 2. So negative 3, comma 2 would be right here. Now if the radius is 3, that means I should be able to go 3 right, 3 up, 3 left, and 3 down. Alright, so let's draw this circle. Alright, so there's our graph. Alright, and so that was it for number 3. Genius. Alright, look at number 4. Which is an equation of a circle that has this center and this radius? Alright, well, let's start with the center. And again, I'm just going to start making the equation. Based on the center, I would want to have x plus 1 squared, okay, opposite of that, and then y minus 2 squared because of that. Now here I need the radius squared, so it's a matter of taking 3 radical 3 and squaring that. Okay, so if I do that, if I do 3 radical 3 squared, that's what's coming next. So 3 radical 3 squared is 27. Okay, so we need a 27 right here. A common mistake is to not use parentheses. If you're going to use a calculator, you will get a different answer if you do 3 radical 3 and you square it without using parentheses. Okay, so this would be wrong. And the reason is when you do this without parentheses, you really are only squaring the radical 3. So radical 3 squared is just 3, and then you're just multiplying 3 times 3. So that's why you're getting 9. Anyway, use parentheses. So let's see. Nope, nope. Alright, it's got to be plus. So here we go. X plus 1, y minus 2 equals 27. So the correct answer is A. Alright, so that was number 4. Alright, now number 5 starts talking about parabolas. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here, because this video is about circles, man. But if you want to learn about parabolas, meet me on the next video, would you please?